Welcome to The Growth Kit, a podcast where science and actionable advice intersect to help you live a better life. 7 health metrics everyone should track for 14 days. What gets measured gets managed. Peter Drucker. Sometimes all you need is 2 weeks to gain life-changing insights. Short-term tracking can reveal patterns, highlight blind spots, and spark lasting improvements. By dedicating just 14 days, long enough to notice trends but short enough to stay sustainable, to tracking key health and lifestyle metrics, you can unlock valuable information that will help you optimize your well-being. If you're prone to obsession, be mindful not to overanalyze the data. But for most people, tracking, even briefly, provides clarity and awareness that would otherwise be missing. 1. Sleep. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It plays a massive role in hormonal balance, immune function, and cognitive performance. Research shows that people who sleep less than 6 hours per night have a 32% increased risk of cardiovascular disease and are significantly more likely to struggle with weight gain due to hormonal disruptions that increase hunger and decrease insulin sensitivity. Lack of sleep is also linked to increased cortisol levels, which can lead to chronic stress and inflammation. Do this. Use a wearable device to monitor your sleep duration and quality. If your sleep score consistently dips, experiment with optimizing your sleep environment. Blackout curtains, lower bedroom temperature, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and reducing screen exposure at night can help. Aim for 7 to 9 hours per night and observe how different factors, like eating late, screen time, alcohol, or stress, affect your rest. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of high-quality sleep with a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, and a period of 10 to 20 minutes to fall asleep. 2. Heart rate variability, aka HRV. HRV is a reflection of your autonomic nervous system's ability to adapt. High HRV indicates a well-balanced nervous system, while low HRV may suggest high stress, poor recovery, or even illness. Studies show that individuals with higher HRV tend to have better cardiovascular health, improved resilience to stress, and even longer lifespans. A drop in HRV can signal overtraining, sleep deprivation, or excessive stress before other symptoms appear. Do this. Use a wearable like Whoop, Aura Ring, or a Polar 10 HR strap. This is the most accurate wearable device. Pair it with an HRV app, such as the Elite HRV app. Monitor how workouts, stress, and sleep affect your HRV, and if your score drops significantly, evaluate possible stressors. To improve recovery, incorporate deep breathing, meditation, or light activity to rebalance your nervous system. We can influence our nervous system through many factors for enhanced physical and mental health. Track it, change it. Aim for. Your HRV should fluctuate rather than remain constant. Just like training loads vary to promote adaptation, HRV shifts indicate your system is responding appropriately. A good HRV depends on age, fitness level, and genetics, but higher is generally better. Rather than focusing on a single number, monitor trends over time and aim for a stable or improving baseline while allowing natural variations. 3. Blood pressure. Blood pressure is a major indicator of cardiovascular health, yet most people only get it checked at the doctor's office, if that. High blood pressure is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death globally, and is responsible for approximately 54% of strokes and 47% of coronary heart diseases worldwide. Even slightly elevated blood pressure over time can increase the risk of cognitive decline and kidney disease, making it crucial to monitor trends rather than just single readings. Do this. Use a home blood pressure monitor and take readings at the same time each day in a relaxed state. Aim for. A normal range is 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury and less. If your readings are consistently high, then talk to your doctor immediately. Also consider lifestyle modifications that address the 6 pillars of health. 4. Your macros. Few topics stir up more debate than macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fat. People plant flags in opposite camps: low carb versus high fat versus low fat, keto versus plant-based. But here's the truth. All three macros matter, and there's no one-size-fits-all ratio that works for everyone. What does matter is the quality of your food and the amount you're eating. Protein supports muscle repair, immune health, and metabolic function. Carbs fuel your workouts, brain, and recovery. Fat is essential for hormone production, cellular repair, and long-lasting energy. Knowing your daily intake in grams and your macro ratios, like high protein, low fat, gives you a clearer picture of how food fuels or hinders your goals. Do this. Track your food and drink intake using an app like Chronometer. For the first week, don't change anything you do. For the second week, make some modifications. If you want to go one step further, track your blood sugar using a continuous glucose monitor. Aim for protein, 0.8 to 1 grams per pound of body weight for active adults. Carbohydrates. Choose what works best for your body, genetics, and energy expenditure. Consider tracking your glucose levels with a continuous glucose monitor. Keto. Less than 50 grams per day, often 20 to 30 grams of net carbs per day. Low carb, 50 to 130 grams per day. Moderate carb, 130 to 225 grams per day. High carb, more than 225 grams per day, or more than 3 grams per pound of body weight. Cyclical SLASK, targeted low carb or keto. Carbs fluctuate by day or time. For example, less than 50 grams on rest days, 150 to 200 grams on training days. Fat. Adjust based on your carbohydrate intake. As carbs go down, fat goes up, and vice versa. High carb, low fat. 0.3 to 0.4 grams of fat per pound of body weight. Low carb, high fat. 0.6 to 1.0 grams of fat per pound of body weight. Keto. Fat may make up 65 to 75% of your total calories, often upwards of 1 gram per pound of body weight, depending on energy needs. What I recommend practically: prioritize protein first, hit that daily target. Use carbs and fat as flexible levers depending on your movement, training, and metabolic health. Choose high-quality sources, minimizing or avoiding processed or low-quality versions. Avoid the trap of high fat and high carb at the same time. It's the fastest route to metabolic dysfunction. 5 steps. Walking is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to improve health, impacting everything from sleep and blood pressure to mood and longevity. Research shows that walking regularly can lower blood pressure, improve sleep efficiency, reduce nighttime wakefulness, and even act as a natural antidepressant. When it comes to longevity, walking pace matters. Walking faster is a stronger predictor of lifespan, 48%, than total step count, 26%. Do this. Track your steps using your phone or a fitness tracker. I use a Garmin watch. Aim for at least 8,000 steps per day if you're under 60 years old, and at least 6,000 steps per day if you're over 60. Once you've got that down, aim for a pace of at least 100 steps per minute. 6th, screen time. The average adult spends over 7 hours per day in front of screens, and a 2023 study in JAMA Network Open found that excessive screen time is linked to higher stress levels, poorer sleep quality, and reduced overall well-being. A 2022 study in BMC Public Health found that adults spending over 6 hours per day sitting, often due to screens, have a 34% higher risk of chronic pain and musculoskeletal disorders, especially in the neck and back. Excessive screen use is also linked to a 23% increased risk of anxiety and depression, according to a 2021 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Psychology. Do this. Start by tracking your screen time. Most phones have built-in features like Screen Time, iPhone, or Digital Well-being, Android. Create no-screen zones in your home, like keeping devices out of the bedroom or away from the dinner table. Aim for. Once you know your baseline, set small, realistic limits. Reduce non-essential scrolling by just 30 minutes a day and replace it with movement, reading, or a quick walk outside. At night, cut screen time at least an hour before bed, ideally 3 hours. Or, at the very least, use blue light blockers. 7. Glucose. Blood sugar regulation impacts energy levels, metabolic health, and long-term disease risk. Even if you're not diabetic, glucose fluctuations can contribute to fatigue, hunger cravings, and inflammation. Elevated blood sugar over time increases the risk of insulin resistance, weight gain, and cardiovascular disease. Do this. Use a CGM to track how different foods, workouts, and stress levels affect your blood sugar. Aim for stable glucose levels by prioritizing protein and healthy fats before carbs, walking after meals, and limiting ultra-processed foods. Aim for a fasting glucose of less than 90 milligrams per deciliter and minimal post-meal spikes, ideally staying under 140 milligrams per deciliter. Takeaway. Tracking these 9 metrics for just 2 weeks can provide invaluable insights into your health and lifestyle habits. The goal isn't to become obsessed with data, but to gain awareness of patterns that may be affecting your well-being. Small adjustments based on this data, whether improving sleep hygiene, increasing daily movement, or optimizing nutrition, can lead to significant long-term benefits. Try it. Pick 1 or 2 metrics to track at a time, if all 9 feel overwhelming. Pay attention to trends rather than individual data points, and use the information to make meaningful, sustainable changes. Thanks for tuning into the Growth Kit podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. You can check out my website at mindbodydad.com and subscribe for more weekly insights sent to your inbox. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at mindbodydad. Many of the links I share are affiliate links, which means I earn a small commission if you purchase through them. This doesn't affect the price you pay, but it helps support the podcast. In some cases, I may even be able to provide unique discounts for you. I only recommend products and resources that I genuinely believe in and use myself. My top priority is to provide practical ways to help you live better, and I wouldn't link to anything that doesn't align with that goal. Thanks for your support.